I'm back. Rodrance for the Matrix and Road Show. Well, we knew this would happen. We knew the media would come out as the Obi Wan Kenobi show continues to fall on Rotten Tomatoes, not by way of critics, but by way of audience scores. The audience doesn't like this show. We've been critical of this show. Initially, it looked like Reva was going to be the main problem. And then episode 3 happened, and the wheels just completely fell off of this show. I mean, it was bad. It was utter and complete garbage. I mean, we finally see Obi-Wan and Vader come together after 10 years, and I was waiting for this epic moment, this epic confrontation, and it was a total and complete dud. And then we realize that Disney is on another agenda to ruin another old character. Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite Jedi. He's one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. I like him better than Luke. I like him better than every other Jedi in the entire galaxy of Star Wars. Ewan McGregor, this character means a lot to me. And he's god-awful. I cannot believe this show has been in the works, has been written for roughly 5 or 6 years now, and this is what we got. And it seems, once again, much like Rey, where they elevated an all-powerful female character, and that's Disney's big Achilles heel here. Everybody wants to make this about race with Reva. No. Disney has a habit of writing poorly written and developed female characters, and because of that, they use the downgrading, downsizing, the let's pull the masculinity away from our male characters, especially if they're straight and white. Shit, they can't be powerful. And they've turned Obi-Wan Kenobi into Jake Skywalker. This has happened all over again. I mean, we're literally watching we're watching a better directed version of The Last Jedi right now, okay? It's, in my opinion, it is better directed. The little actress that plays Leia is good, in my opinion, but some people are critical of her. That's fine. Well, as the reviews have come in, as Rotten Tomatoes scores start diving, the mainstream media is going to step up and do exactly what they did with The Last Jedi, which is defend Kathleen Kennedy, and now accuse Star Wars fans. Well, they already started accusing us of being racist, and then Star Wars jumped in, Lucasfilm, and started calling us racist because we don't like a character, okay? We don't like how they're developed. We don't like how they're written. Look, I said a good villain. There needs to be some empathy there. There needs to be a bigger purpose. We need to know what that purpose is. Kind of like Thanos in a way, okay? And we know Vader. We had sympathy for Vader. We understood why Anakin turned to the dark side in an effort to try to save Padme. We get that. It was hashed out. It was well developed, and Reva is not, and she sucks. Nothing against Moses Ingram. Her, singular, fine. Okay? I don't think she's very well acted in this movie, but that's got nothing to do with her race. It's not her fault. It wasn't Kelly Marie Tran's fault that The Last Jedi was terrible. All right? But they tried to accuse fans of being racist against her. Well, let's get to this because the media is on their defense. Now, they're calling this review bombed. And then they proceed to contradict themselves by actually listing legitimate reviews. They give legitimate reviews. I guess what the media is trying to say here is if something sucks, we're just supposed to shut up. We're not supposed to go over and give a legitimate review if we think the thing sucks. I don't get it. This is the direct. Obi-Wan Kenobi gets review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes. Lucasfilm is now halfway through its first and possibly only season of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+, bringing a thrilling story that fills in the gaps between the original trilogy and prequels in the Skywalker saga. However, that run on Disney Plus has come with more than just solid reviews, as the franchise once again has to deal with fans voicing some not so flattering opinions about the show's cast. Wow, okay. This comes most prominently with Moses Ingram, who stars as the Dark Side's Force using Inquisitor Reva, also known as the Third Sister. Ingram is 29 years old, black actress who previously starred in Netflix The Queen's Gambit, but her Star Wars debut has far from been a perfect experience. New actors in Star Wars are often prone to ridicule. Alden Ehrenreich, Kelly Marie Tran, Daisy Ridley are a few recent galactic members that have faced social media backlash. And all of them have, in large part, has something to do with how the character is written, how the character is developed. And Alden, he never had a shot. You can't step in for Harrison Ford. And that's not on him, by the way. Since Obi-Wan premiered on Disney Plus, May 27th, Ingram has been the subject of racist backlash from various sects of the fandom. Okay, she got on her Instagram account the other day. We did a live stream. We played the video. There was one DM that was sent to her. One that could be construed as racist. And it was racist. You know, there's a thing called outliers. And it looks like this quote-unquote racist attack is a really minute outlier situation. Okay? It's not, she's not getting bombarded with racism. She's not. That's a lie from Lucasfilm. It's a lie from Moses Ingram. Okay, but they're going to prop her up. They already have. Ingram's leading man, Ewan McGregor, and the official Star Wars media accounts have all reacted to the hateful outpouring of fans. Unbelievable. I mean, here we go with the media. Hateful outpouring from the fans. Despite the effort to resist, fans are letting their thoughts be heard through critically low reviews. Fans review bombing Obi-Wan Kenobi. But let's go on to list some legitimate reviews. There are legitimate reviews here. Last week, Obi-Wan opened with a 71% audience score via Rotten Tomatoes. It should be noted, that's not good. Okay, 71%. The Mandalorian's got like 91. Still. Why? It's a well-written show. It's a well-developed show. They laid the foundation for the characters. Well-directed episodes, including Deborah Chow. Those numbers have swiftly sank over the past week to 57% following racism-centered controversy over Star Wars' official response to social media sent towards Moses Ingram. Meanwhile, the critics' score for the series has maintained a fresh rating with little fluctuation, currently setting at an 87% approval rate. I could care less what critics have to say about anything these days. You want to talk about an agenda, they have an agenda. This is not the first time, by the way, they still want to get into these Disney parties. That's a thing. This is not the first time a Disney project has been subject to review bombing. Moon Knight was met with negative 1-star reviews on IMDb due to the premiere's acknowledgement of Armenian genocide. Eternals was review bombed due to its inclusion of a gay kiss and LGBTQIA plus representation in the film. So the film got political. Gotcha. The following are 6 examples of 0.5-star or 1-star audience reviews for Kenobi. User Josh L. compared the show to the Skywalker Saga's prequel trilogy, saying it was just as bad as those legacy films. Josh L., don't worry, it stands up to the prequels, an absolute dumpster fire. Okay, so that review is fair, okay? I like the prequels, but this guy's telling you, I've got no agenda. He's got no agenda whatsoever. He doesn't even like the prequels, okay? And there's a lot of fans out there that don't like the prequels. This guy's got no agenda, and he's telling you, look, I think it's a dumpster fire. It's as bad as the prequels, in my opinion. Okay, well, that tells you right there. I mean, he's not trashing the sequels, you know. He is trashing the prequels and says this is akin, in his opinion, to the prequels. That should tell there's no agenda there whatsoever, okay? No agenda. No, I hate Disney kind of thing. If he would have said, don't worry, it stands up to the sequels, then you would have thought, okay, maybe he's got some kind of an anti-Disney agenda. He does not. He does not. Tad G called the show, quote, fan fiction, while describing it as, quote, poorly written. There's nothing wrong with that. He's right. He's right. I think it's okay directed, but it is poorly written. And when we did our review the other day on that live stream, I said, if this was fan fiction, if it was a fan film, it would be good. But this is a high-budgeted, large, massive production from Lucasfilm, an actual studio. It shouldn't feel like badly written fan fiction / fan films. It shouldn't feel like that. That is exactly what episode 3 felt like to me. That's legitimate. That is a legitimate review and criticism. User SS harshly noted that Disney Plus series is ruining one of the biggest characters. They're absolutely ruining, once again. Garbage. Way to ruin a legendary character. Keep in mind, these are people that's got Disney Plus subscriptions, I would assume. Bob B listed off various reasons for not liking the show, noting that the only good thing about it is its 6-episode length. In other words, it's going to be over soon. Bob B, Disney recipe for success. 1, centered around child actors. 2, unlikable cast that can't act. 3, lazy writing. That's a thing. That's a thing with Disney. Lazy writing. And bad action scenes, they've been pretty poor. The action scenes have been bad. Childish dialogues, that was really bad in the Book of Boba Fett. Fan service, the only good thing about this series is it is short, thank God. Let's get through this one and forget it like the rest of Disney Star Wars productions. There's nothing wrong with that. Disney Star Wars is trash. I'm sorry, mainstream media, Disney Star Wars is trash. Vulgarous M chided the show for making Obi-Wan look afraid the entire time while calling Moses Ingram's Reva the most pointless villain in all of the Star Wars universe. This user also feels that Disney is subliminally pushing their own agenda with story coming through in Obi Wan Kenobi. I just talked about that. I just said that's exactly what's happening. So far, I saw 3 out of 6. In the first, Obi-Wan does nothing at all while looking frightened. In the second, Obi-Wan meets a tiny Leia while looking frightened. On the third one, he flees from Vader while looking frightened. That's it. Then there is a third sister, the most pointless villain in all of Star Wars universe. Even worse than Snoke. At least Snoke at times seemed intimidating. You know? I mean, that... Can you imagine? It's so bad that this character's worse than Snoke. She acts like a child, has no background to talk about, no purpose, is badly written, and badly acted. There's nothing wrong with that criticism. It says nothing about her race. Nothing. Of course, everyone knows Disney is pushing the quote message with this one, but nobody dares to talk about it. I hope it becomes at least digestible with episode 4. Let's see. Good luck. Scott L. felt that Reva has got more screen time than the show's titular character, calling Ewan McGregor, quote, the only saving grace in the series, while criticizing Kathleen Kennedy's management of the franchise. Here we go. The show is called the Obi Wan Kenobi, not Reva the Third Sister. This is a legitimate criticism. This show has been more about Reva than it has been about Kenobi. This is the Kenobi show, and they have turned it into the Reva show. I didn't tune in for the Reva show. I tuned in for the Kenobi show. And Reva has been in the show more than Obi-Wan. Reva has got more screen time than the actual character this show is named after. Plus, the amount of, quote, until a woman is in charge or does it the right way is getting very stale for this poorly acted out Disney trash. Ewan is the only saving grace in this, and it's utter garbage. Episode 3, Darth is alright, but Reva is trying to take over is utter bull and needs, like in food, 86 this rubbish. Plus, what is Kathleen still doing in charge of bloody Disney Star Wars after this flops? And her attitude, question mark, why? Wow. I mean, come on. Tom D. didn't feel that anything at all in Kenobi was good, criticizing the script, the villain, the casting in general. The user compared the Disney Plus show to a kid's show. And we're not even going to read that, but he's got a laundry list of complaints. It's impossible to avoid review bombers if enough people want to have their voices heard. The issue with review bombing is making the film or series look bad is often for reasons outside of storytelling and filmmaking. That is not what has happened here. They gave you legitimate concerns. The Suicide Squad was met with a lot of unjustified negative reviews by Zack Snyder fans. This has become an issue with filmmakers and studios when they try to push the limits of inclusivity or when a large mass of fans ignite social media. Really? I liked the Suicide Squad. Wait, which one is that? I liked the first one. The one with Will Smith. That's the one I liked. Obi Wan Kenobi has been faced with many justified criticisms, even about Ingram's character Reva. However, 57% is not representative of his show that is breaking Disney Plus viewership records. Just because something is being watched a lot does not make it good. It does not make it good. I mean, come on. That doesn't mean anything. Okay? That doesn't mean that people are coming back and watching it again. I mean, my God, I have to watch this crap twice to be able to review it. All right? I mean, that doesn't mean a whole lot. By the way, they want to brag about their viewership records. Stranger Things is annihilating this trash right now. Annihilating it on the viewership time. So, I don't want to hear that. It's a non-argument. I mean, there's been plenty of horribly bad movies over the years that has breaking ground on box office. That's plain and simple. The media doesn't like the fact that Disney is getting trashed. They're going to try to make it an issue over race. And now they're trying, once again, just like they did with The Last Jedi, they are trying to discount people's opinions, and then they're trying to make it about race. They want to tell you these reviews aren't legitimate. Every single review I just read to you in their own piece are legitimate reviews, and they're saying people shouldn't go and give their review, is what they are basically saying. It's being review bombed. Legitimate. Look, watching a show, going to give it a bad review is not review bombing. It's not review bombing, okay? The point of reviews is so other people can look at them and go, maybe I don't want to waste my time with this bullshit. Plain and simple. It's not a good show. And I had high hopes. I really didn't think they could mess this up. But then again, they messed up the Book of Boba Fett. And you're talking to somebody that likes The Mandalorian a lot. You know, those 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, only good thing about the Book of Boba Fett. Wow, Disney's done it again, and the media is jumping right in. We've got The Last Jedi all over again, right here, right now, right in front of us, how it's playing out. Tell me what you think, Matrix and Roadshow fans. Jesus, 18 and a half minutes. That's where we are. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.